ECOWAS orders activation of military force against Niger. So this is the news that is a fallout of the meeting that the ECOWAS heads of state had in Abuja with Tinubu, their chairman, yesterday. Okay, and apart from the fact that Tinubu has urged the ECOWAS leaders to, prioritize diplomacy as a way forward in Niger, it is also coming out that they have ordered the military activation of the military to be on standby in readiness to invade Niger Republic should the military junta continue to be stubborn. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has ordered the Chief of Defense Staff Committee to immediately activate its standby force. President of ECOWAS, Omar Aliou Touré, gave the order while reading the resolution taken at the extraordinary meeting on the Niger coup in Abuja on Thursday. Daily Trust has reported how the leaders converged in Abuja to discuss its next line of action after the 7-day ultimatum for the reinstatement of President Mohamed Bazoum elapsed without compliance with the junta. At its meeting, the regional bloc said all efforts to dialogue with the Niger junta had been rejected by coup leaders. The ECOWAS leaders also condemned the continuous detention of President Mohamed Bazoum and his family members. The authority, having considered the memorandum presented by the president of the ECOWAS Commission on the current situation in the Republic of Niger, as well as ECOWAS engagement since the last extraordinary meeting, and having considered the reports of the envoys of the chair to Niger and various other places, carefully considered the report and recommendations of the ECOWAS Committee of Chiefs of Defense Staff. Okay, now it extensively discussed the latest development in Niger since the last extraordinary summit held on 30th July 2023, noted that all diplomatic efforts made by ECOWAS in resolving the crisis have been defiantly repelled by the military leadership of the Republic of Niger. Took note of the expiration of the 1-week ultimatum given for the restoration of constitutional order in the Republic of Niger, decided as follows. Can you imagine? 1. It condemned the condition in which President Bazoum is being detained and holds the CNSP fully and solely responsible for the safety, security, and physical integrity of President Bazoum, members of his family, and the government. Uphold all measures and principles agreed upon by the extraordinary summit held on Niger on 30th of July 2023, underscored the determination of the ECOWAS authority to keep all options on the table for peaceful resolution of the crisis, enforce all measures, in particular borders closures and strict travel bans and asset freeze on all persons or groups of individuals whose actions hinder all peaceful efforts aimed at ensuring the smooth and complete restoration of constitutional order. Warn member states who, by their actions directly or indirectly, hinder the peaceful resolution of the crisis in Niger about the consequences of their action before the community. Call on the African Union to endorse all the decisions taken by the ECOWAS authority on the situation in Niger. Further call on all partner countries and institutions, including the United Nations, to support ECOWAS in its effort to ensure a quick restoration of constitutional order in conformity with its normative instruments. Direct the President of the Commission to monitor the implementation of the sanctions. Direct the Committee of the Chief of Defense Staff to activate the ECOWAS standby force with all its elements immediately. Order the deployment of the ECOWAS standby force to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. Underscore its continued commitment to the restoration of constitutional order through peaceful means. Wow. So these are all the resolutions that the ECOWAS leaders have made, and and one of them is actually this ordering of the military to be on standby or for immediate deployment into Niger for restoration of constitutional order. I think I saw a news yesterday where the military junta in Niger has threatened that should ECOWAS enforce its actions by deploying military into Niger, they will have no option but to delete the to delete the President Bazoum that has been in detention, and there's nothing they will do about it. And the people are defiant and adamant. They are ready to carry out their mission. They are ready to do whatever they want to do. So, so ECOWAS should also watch it, even though French or the French is or France is pushing ECOWAS through Nigeria to go and invade Niger Republic. Why didn't France deploy their own force to go into Niger, since they have been there as their master leader and slave master for a very long time? That is something they need to also think about. Somebody says some fools are attacking Tinubu on stand of ECOWAS on Niger coup. You are anti-Tinubu, reasoning with their anus. Can you imagine? These people will never come down to to reason at all. The whole world is saying don't go there by force, and you are calling them anti-Tinubu, reasoning with their anus. Quite unfortunate. People don't understand global politics. They don't understand why the Western world is pushing ECOWAS and Nigeria into that war. It's going to devastate Africa more, and then they will continue to have their way on Africa. People don't understand. ECOWAS should not only mediate or use force on member states whose leaders are toppled through military coups, but should as well mediate when such leaders rig elections or engage in other election malpractices to get into power. They should stop treading on people's masses' feelings, of which the military are part. So when their member heads of state and government go wrong, they are mute. But when the military try to correct, they summon emergency meetings to mediate, even by use of force. This is unfair, and that is true, practically true. Some Northerners, when they see what a friend of the North is doing. Tinubu and his people have nothing to lose because they didn't invest in the North until Igbo's Peter Obi can't do this. Okay, even Atiku, your people labeled a thief during 2019 election, won't do this. Exactly. I smile. Niger is taking over the seat of F0RCE. A little country is taking over bigger nations in Africa, from Nigeria to Niger. Okay, somebody said here, my opinion is in this matter, okay, is those people that are supporting banditry in Nigeria are the same people talking to these military juntas in Niger, telling them what to do, okay, telling them what to do, which will not help them. Because even if ECOWAS stay away from Niger, the West and their rebel group will fight them, and the Western countries. So if the juntas did not step down, they can never escape war in Niger. Then that is when we that are commenting with sentiment will prefer ECOWAS to solve the problem. Can you imagine? But then it will be too late. Okay? Somebody say keep mute. Allow those that can think comment. Okay, so the fact remains that, ECOWAS has ordered military to be on standby and ready to be deployed into Niger. But the man in Niger has said if they try it, first of all, they will delete the President Mohamed Bazoum that they have kept in custody, and then the war will start from there. Mali and Burkina Faso are ready to support the war, and I'm sure they're also securing the support of part of Russia to also fight this war. It's not going easy. They should watch what they're doing, because what they want to do is to turn Africa to a battlefield, and then they will continue to plunder the resources of Africa. That is the way I see it. So let them watch it, and then we'll see where we go from there. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.